A knock? This early morning? Who could that be?
I have no idea. I'm not expecting anyone.
Well, go and find out.
Alice, how did you find my house?
A gigantic house like this one is certainly not hard to find.
All right, I agree, but what are you doing here?
Really? Didn't I call you on the phone yesterday? I told you that I was coming.
You said you were coming, but what was my response? Didn't you care to listen to me?
I thought you were joking. You can't be serious about that.
I wasn't joking. You cannot stay here.
Why? Why won't you let me stay in your home when you have a very big house? Who are the people occupying those rooms? Because I know you do not have children.
Are you here to remind me of my problems? My response is simple and straightforward. I do not want you to stay in my home.
Sorry. I'm not trying to remind you of your problems, but I'm just wondering why you're being greedy and selfish. You've been blessed with a rich husband, lots of money, and a huge house for a home, which looks empty and deserted to me. My coming is going to make your home more lively and inhabitable.
Take your liveliness somewhere else. We do not need it here.
I cannot believe you can be this wicked and heartless to me. I told you that I do not have anyone else in this town, or anywhere else to go. I just want to stay here for a start. When I earn enough money to afford a place of my own, I'll move out.
No, my answer is certain.
Who was that? I saw her walking away angrily.
That's my colleague in school. She recently moved to this state because she got a job in the same firm where I work.
Your classmate in school, now your colleague at work? That's interesting. So, what does she want?
Can you imagine? She wants to live here with us until she's able to afford a place of her own. She claims she doesn't have money, neither does she know anyone else in this town.
So why didn't you let her in? We have lots of vacant rooms that she can stay in.
Let her in? For what? She has to figure out something else. Staying here is not an option. I know that lady from way back. She can be problematic and doesn't respect boundaries.
What nonsense boundaries? How can you conclude on someone based on previous knowledge and past experiences? I never knew you to be a wicked person, and I do not want that to change now. If you want to stay peacefully in this house, ensure you help that lady. She must never be left stranded.
She's a full-grown lady and can take care of herself. What if she gets somewhere else to stay?
Then I'll speak with her to confirm it myself. I cannot tolerate you portraying me as a wicked person. Because if we do not accommodate her, she'll think it was an agreement between us.
Juliet, why did you drag me out in that manner? I still have some work to finish before closing time. Pardon me for doing that, but I had to. Alice met me and informed me about her conversations with you. Really? On her first day on the job, she's already gossiping about me? What is it about our conversation? Why won't you let her in? She said she's stranded and doesn't know where else to go. She's currently staying in a hotel, but she cannot continue to stay there because of the cost. Why don't you let her in? She knows you from high school, just the same way she knows me. And you're also a married woman like me, and you have a home, don't you? My home is very small compared to yours, and she seems uninterested in staying at my place. I don't want any trouble in my home, and Alice can be difficult at times. She doesn't respect people's boundaries, and my husband on the other hand is still struggling with lust. He's always going after everything in skirt. How much more when I bring a full-grown lady in my home to live with us? That will certainly not end well. That was why I warned Alice to stay away from us. She disrespected my opinion and came this morning. Now my husband has instructed that she moved in with us, or there won't be peace. Maybe you can give her the benefit of the doubt, and let her in, especially now that it's an instruction from your husband, so that peace will reign. She might be a changed person. Right now, I don't have any other option. She will follow me home today.
Thanks for accommodating me. I knew that you still have a kind heart like you've always had.
It's fine. But please, don't make me regret my decision.
Why will I do that? All I need is a place to stay. I will not meddle in your private business.
I hope so. You're welcome to my home. Feel free to relax while I get you something to eat.
Sure. I will. Hi, good evening.
Hello, beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very grateful that you let me into your home. Without your help, I would have been stranded.
I guess you are Alice?
Yes, sir. I was here in the morning, but I didn't get the opportunity to say hello to you. My conversation with your wife ended abruptly.
Don't mind my wife, Sharon. I wonder if she was thinking when she refused to let you stay here. You're free to stay with us as long as you choose to. We have enough room, and feeding is definitely not a problem.
Thank you, sir. I wish the world would be filled with more people with a kind heart like you.
That's pleasant to hear. I like you already. Enough with the sir. My name is Kenneth. I prefer you addressed me by my name.
All right, I will. I like you too.
I hope no one is giving you trouble at the office?
No. But if they were, what would you do?
If anyone is troubling you, just let me know and I will discipline them.
What are those two giggling about? Alice should be here in this kitchen trying to help me, or keeping me busy with chit-chats, not spending so much time gisting with my husband.
I've had a wonderful time chatting with you. Since you returned from work, you've not rested. I guess I should give you some time to rest.
No, I'm not complaining. In fact, I'm enjoying it so much. Please stay, and keep me company.
This is the perfect opportunity. Kenneth seems to like me, and enjoys spending more time with me, than he spends with his wife. If that is the case, then whatever I do is not considered intrusion. If he likes me, then I'll make it easier for him to express his feelings to me. He's rich, young, and vibrant. He can decide to take me as a second wife. I don't mind becoming that to Kenneth. Anyways, let's keep going. I'll gently and quietly make him to fall head over heels for me. I shouldn't leave this house without achieving that purpose.
Babe, I do not appreciate the amount of time you always spend with Alice. You hardly spend that much time talking with me. And you seem to have better conversations with her. I do not like it.
So now you're jealous of your friend? It's not her fault that she easily makes me happy, unlike you. I enjoy having conversations with her, and she's quite smart and intelligent. I think you should ignore her, and focus on performing your wifely duties, so that you can give me children. If we had children running around this house, I wouldn't have the time to gist with her. Neither will there be any space for guests like her. At least, she's keeping me happy, so that I won't always think about your childlessness.
What? How can you be this insensitive to me? So now you want to make this situation my fault?
Whose fault is it? Are you not the one who is supposed to carry children in your womb? I've diligently performed my duties of providing and taking good care of you. Why don't you do your own part by giving me babies?
That's enough. All I wanted to do was draw your attention to your changed attitude towards me, not to get insulted for my misfortune.
Stop seeking for attention and solve the bigger problems in front of you. If you want my undivided attention, give me children.
Sharon, how well are you staying together with Alice? Hope she's no trouble? I wish I could say yes. But unfortunately, I can see trouble arise right before my eyes. My husband now prefers her company to mine, and spends most of his time with her. What? Have you tried talking to him about it? I tried, but the consequence was unbearable for me, and I will not like to talk about it. I suggest you talk to Alice about that. But if it persists, then write her a fat check, so that she can afford a good apartment, and move out of your home. It's better to nip the problem in the bud, before it gets out of hand. Remember, a stitch in time saves 9. I will not do that. Why should I waste my money when I can easily get her to leave? It's my home, and whatever I say stands. It's all good. Just do whatever you can, before it's too late. Alice, how are you enjoying your stay with us?
I love it. It's so peaceful and beautiful. Plus, your husband is a very kind and generous man.
I want you to leave. You've stayed for a few months. So, I believe that your earnings are enough to get you a place to stay.
Leave. Why? Did I do something wrong?
You are becoming too comfortable around my husband, and it's making me uncomfortable. So you have to leave. You have 3 weeks to find a place of your own.
Certainly not now that I have a plan. I'm not leaving.
Alice, what happened? You look disturbed and angry. And I've been waiting for you to come, so that we can have our usual chit-chat.
I'm not in the mood for that. I want to figure out a way to get enough money for an apartment.
An apartment? Why? What happened to this house? Don't you like it anymore?
I do. I really love it here, and wish to stay longer. But it seems someone doesn't want my presence here anymore. At the office today, your wife approached me, and ordered me to leave before the next 3 weeks. She said I'm getting too comfortable here.
What? When was that?
Today, at the office.
Don't worry, I'll handle that. You are not going anywhere. Sharon. What is the meaning of what you're doing?
What? I'm getting things ready to cook.
That is not what I'm talking about. Did you tell Alice to leave?
She reported to you?
I'm not here to answer your questions. All I came to tell you is never to try that again. You are not the owner of this house, therefore, you do not have the right to make such decisions. Never try that again. You want to drive away the only person that gives me joy in this house? Do you want me to go back to my depressed state again? Staying alone with you in this house is the last thing I ever want to experience again.
How are you comfortable saying those hurtful words to me? Have you forgotten that I'm your wife? Your beloved?
That was in the past. If you want to get back that position, then give me children. Wow! Alice, I like the way you're dressed today.
You like it? Then I'll dress this way more often. This is how I dress wherever I feel at home.
I've told you to feel free here. This is like your home.
You are so generous. A good man like you deserves to have a good and kind woman by your side.
I know, right? The moment Sharon rejected to help you, I realized she wasn't the kind of person I thought she was.
Sorry to intrude, I couldn't help but listen to your argument with Sharon some days ago. It was loud, and everywhere was quiet.
Oh, that's how we have our conversations.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me like you're desperate about having children.
I will not deny it. I am. But it looks like that will never happen because of Sharon. We've been married for 7 whole years, still she hasn't given me children. I want to be a father by all means, but it's not working.
It's a pity that she's unable to give you children that can inherit these properties that you've acquired. This house must have been feeling too lonely for you.
It is. That is why I'm insisting that you remain here. I'm tired of the silence.
I wish there was something I could do to help. It's quite unfortunate there's none. I'll always be around to help you feel better, until you figure out another way.
Thank you.
Alice, can I have a word with you?
Now? Can't you see that I'm busy?
I can see that. But I promise not to take your time.
I'm all ears. What is it?
I'm not comfortable with the way you've been dressing recently. You know that you are living in the same house with someone else's husband. It's inappropriate to wear such indecent clothes.
Is your husband complaining? Why are you the only one that is uncomfortable with everything I do? If you're jealous because I have a better dress style than you, despite your wealth, then deal with it. I see nothing wrong with the way I dress. I'll only change my mind when the actual owner of the house says it's inappropriate for him. Until then, I'll dress the way I want. You can't tell a full-grown woman like me how to dress.
Where are you going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm leaving. I've lost my appetite. You can eat what is left.
Who will remove and clean the dishes you used?
You do it. Isn't that your work here? After all, I do not want to feel too comfortable, so that I won't make you uncomfortable.
This is getting out of hand. Why is she so confident talking to me in that manner in my home?
Alice, you look dazzling as usual. The main reason I brought you here is because this conversation is highly confidential. I want to make a deal with you.
I'm listening.
As you already know, I desperately want to have children, but Alice has never shown any signs of pregnancy since we got married. Which means she may have some underlying conditions that has made her unable to carry children. That is why I want to make a deal with you. If you can get pregnant for me, and bear me 1 or 2 children, I will give you anything you want.
Really?
Yes. I'll take very proper care of you. And the moment you show me evidence of pregnancy, I'll write you a fat check for a start.
Is that all you want me to be? What about Sharon? I cannot continue to share that house, or share you with her. What will you do about that?
She's not a problem. I'll send her away, and divorce her when I see you're carrying my child.
So does that mean I'll take over as your wife?
Yes. You, and our child or children, will have my possessions in case of my demise.
I'll do it. I'll love to be your wife.
Deal.
Babe, where have you been all night? You didn't tell me you'd come home late today. And why did you and Alice come home together?
I saw her on my way home, so I decided to give her a lift since we're headed to the same destination.
You should have told me you'd be home late today.
I'm tired and need to sleep now. Good night.
What is happening? Why haven't I tested positive? Could it be that the fault is from Kenneth? I know that I can carry children, because I've been pregnant before. Maybe he's the problem. I have to act smart as quickly as possible, before he begins to suspect anything.
Don't you know that time is precious? You kept me waiting for 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I needed to come up with a good explanation for leaving the house by this time of the night.
So, why did you call me? I thought you never wanted to see me again?
I have a job for you, but we must have an agreement before that. Once your job is completed, you'll go away from me, as far as possible. You must never come back to me again.
That's not a problem. What is this job?
I need to get pregnant as quickly as possible. I have gotten pregnant for you before, so I know it can happen again.
What? Why? I do not have any money to give to you for another abortion.
Who said I'll abort it again? I need the baby this time. The very wealthy man that wants to marry me needs to see that I'm pregnant before that can happen. But I think he has a problem, so I want to cover it up before he finds out. All he needs is to see me pregnant.
I cannot believe this. So you haven't changed? Anyway, if truly you'll pay the amount you promised me, then I'll do it.
That is all I need to hear. I'll call you tomorrow. Doctor, what does the result say?
Congratulations. You are 4 weeks pregnant.
Yes. I confirmed that at home, but I needed to be sure before breaking the news to my husband-to-be. Thank you, doctor. Yes. 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 It has happened.
Alice, why are you dancing? What has happened?
I'm pregnant. I'm carrying your baby.
What? Are you sure?
Yes. I have the result from the hospital.
Wonderful! Name whatever you want, and they'll give it to you.
Kenneth, you were calling me.
Oh yes, I called you. I want you to take a look at this beautiful woman, sitting there. You see that lady is the most important person in my life right now. She's doing what you haven't been able to do in 8 years, which is carrying my baby. On that note, I'll be kind enough to give you 2 options. 1, you can choose to remain in this house as her errand girl, because with this pregnancy, I will not let her do any work in the house. You may stay to help her with the chores, until she delivers my baby, or babies, then you'll leave my house. 2, you can choose to save yourself the heartache of watching another woman do what you couldn't do, by packing your bags, to leave now.
What kind of joke is this?
Joke? You call this a joke? Do not provoke me. Now that you know your position in this house, leave and do with that information whatever you would.
Alice, how could you betray me? I welcomed you with open arms into my home, and you turned around to betray me?
It's not my fault that you couldn't do what was expected of you.
Leave, and stop addressing the mother of my children that way.
Juliet, it has happened. Alice has successfully taken my husband away from me. As I speak to you, she's pregnant for him. What? How did that happen? I don't know. They've been unduly close to each other, going out and coming in at the same time, even at night. For almost a year since she moved in, my husband has never been the same. If she hadn't come to my house that morning, my husband wouldn't have seen her, and all this trouble would have been avoided. Now, I've been driven out of my home. Oh my goodness. You said it at the beginning. I'm so sorry that it has come to this. What will you do now? I'll go my way, and leave the judgment to God. They've gone too far, that I can't even do anything. My relationship with my husband has been suffering for some time already. It can hardly come back to what it used to be. And I cannot continue to live with an adulterer. Kenneth has been so disrespectful to me in that regard. It's well with you. The Lord will strengthen and comfort you in this difficult time.
Kenneth, this is 2 years since I had this baby for you, yet you're hesitant about signing your possessions in our names.
Is that all that matters to you? Why are you always disturbing me about this issue?
I'll keep disturbing you because it's a promise you made to me.
I've been taking care of you, and I gave you everything you want. But you see my properties, I cannot sign it in the name of a child that is mentally retarded. Besides, the doctors said that people with his condition hardly get to the age of 5. So what's the point? Now that we have him, I'll take proper care of him. But if you want me to go a step further, then let's have another child.
This was not our agreement at the beginning.
I have a meeting now. I'll see you when I return.
This man is trying my patience. Should I go ahead to have one more child? My target was his estate, and if I do not get it, then everything I've done will be in vain. Maybe I should call my ex one more time.
I feel like I made a huge mistake. I desperately wanted a child. Then I betrayed my wife with her colleague, sent her away in the most degrading manner, and ended up with a disabled child, who will most likely not live beyond 5 years. Even the woman I ended up with is indecent. How can she wear clothes that should only be worn in the home outside? Since she became my wife, everything changed. All she's interested in are my properties.
Hey, you're Kenneth, right?
Can I help you?
I believe you're the unfortunate man that married Alice. I want you to pass this information to her when you get home. Tell her to stop calling my number. The last deal I had with her was the last I'll ever have. I heard that the baby is not very sound. If she's calling me to take him away from her, tell her that I'm not interested. And if she's calling me to do your job for you again, tell her that I'm unavailable. I cannot continue to get her pregnant for someone else. If she doesn't have any dignity left in her, I do. Besides, the check she gave me the last time was good enough to change my life. So, I will no longer be her errand boy. If she calls my number again, I will deal with her.
I can see you're drunk. What nonsense are you talking about?
She knows you cannot have children. But because she desperately wants your money, she'd go to any length to do your bidding. That is why she pleaded with me to get her pregnant the last time, which was 3 years ago. I don't know why she suddenly started calling my number today. Tell her to stop it. I do not want to have any business with her again.
What happened just now? How is that possible? I should assume that he is drunk, but most of the information is true. He knows my name, he knows Alice, when she was pregnant, and also knows about the condition of our son. Could it be true? Is that why I haven't had a case of any lady claim that I got her pregnant despite my promiscuity? Am I the reason my wife couldn't have a baby? I'll get to the root of this. The whole truth must be exposed.
Kenneth went to the hospital, where it was confirmed that he couldn't father a child. He went ahead to secretly conduct a DNA test on their son, only to realize that he wasn't his father.
I've wasted away my life. How could Alice deceive me to this extent? I will ensure she pays for every pain she's caused me, and for destroying my home.
Welcome home, honey.
Thank you. Guess what? I've signed the properties in your name, since you will soon bear me another child.
That is splendid. This is the best decision you've ever made in your life.
I know, right? There's only one condition to legalize the process. I'll have to ensure that I am the real father of our son. After a test is done, and I'm confirmed to be the father, then it's completed. The test will be conducted tomorrow.
What nonsense? So you do not trust me? Why will you conduct a test on our son? You are his father.
I'll leave that conclusion to the doctors. Good night.
What's bringing about this test? Now that he has signed the properties in my name, I can do with him whatever I want. If I prevent the test from happening, then everything will belong to me. But if the test is conducted, I'll end up with nothing. I should poison him. Darling, your food is ready.
Eat the food now.
I said it's yours.
And I said you should eat it. You think you're smart by poisoning the food. You forgot that I have cameras everywhere. I saw what you did. And also be informed that I've met with the father of your son, so I know everything. I should have known that you had an evil plan, when all you were interested in was my wealth. I regret sending my lovely wife away because of you. The moment she refused to accept you here, I should have known you were evil. Sharon is a good woman, and will never withhold help from anyone that truly needs it. I was blinded by lust, now I've gotten what I truly deserve. You are a wicked person, Alice. I already alerted the authorities, and they'll be here to arrest you any minute from now, for attempted murder. Sharon, I cannot believe how badly I've treated you. I feel so terribly sorry for all my wrongs. I'm asking for your forgiveness for all that I ever did to you.
When I decided to move on, I forgave you even though you didn't ask of it.
What I want to do will never justify what I did, but I want you to accept it since we built it together. I'll assign 50% of my possessions to you. With that, you can have a good life, and do whatever you want. You deserve to live a happy life, and you truly do not deserve a person like me. I'm sorry.
Sharon lived a happy life with her adopted family, while Alice spent the rest of her life in prison. Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, this he will also reap.
Please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification to be informed whenever we upload a new video. Also like, share, and comment on this video. Thanks for watching. We're grateful for your constant support. See you in the next one. God bless you.